Don, am I pronouncing your last name correctly? I'm sorry.
You are, and with a French flair.
Oh, good. All right, Laguens. There you go. That's right, because you know what? It is French, because you from New Orleans, aren't you?
You're right with that. Thanks for remembering.
That's right. How are you, Don?
I'm well, except for obviously I am, worried about what's happening with this hearing and the fact that Brett Kavanaugh, who we know has a terrible record when it comes to abortion and women's reproductive health and rights, is, doing exactly what we thought he would do, which is duck and dodge and not say anything about his real record on these issues.
Yeah, it is what he's not saying. He really is avoiding the Roe question, isn't he?
Yes, absolutely. And, he has already, we don't even need these hearings to know because we have his record where he has already ruled to deny a woman an abortion even though she was legally entitled to it. He's ruled against contraception and saying that bosses can decide whether or not women can have access to contraception in their insurance policies. It's not like we needed it, but we absolutely cannot let him get away with precedent and precedent on precedent and all that we know about past justices and judges who have come and said that and then immediately turned around and ruled in ways that undermined our access to care.
You're absolutely right, and we all need to be very, very concerned about this. I mentioned we aired the Kamala clip earlier, but it is a new hour. I know some people are getting in the cars on the way to work. 20 minutes on the way to work, 20 minutes before the hour. I want to just air that again, if you don't mind, Don, for those of you who may have missed it. This is the line of questioning that Kamala Harris had for him last night. Andrew, can you bring me up, please? Here it is.
Human responsible for her own choices. Do you agree with the statement that Justice Ginsburg made?
So Justice Ginsburg, I think there was talking about something she had previously written about Roe v. Wade. The other 7 justices currently on the Supreme Court have been asked about that and have respectfully declined to answer about that or many other precedents. Whether it was Justice Marshall about Miranda or about Heller or Citizens United. Mm-hmm. And it's rooted, I just want to underscore, it's rooted in judicial independence.
No, I appreciate that, but I'm glad you mentioned that Justice Ginsburg had written about it before, because you also have written about Roe when you praised Justice Rehnquist's Roe dissent. So in that way, you and Justice Ginsburg are actually quite similar, that you've both previously written about Roe. So my question is, do you agree with her statement, or in the alternative, can you respond to the question of whether you believe a right to privacy protects a woman's choice to terminate her pregnancy?
So I have not articulated a position on that, and consistent with the principle articulated, the nominee precedent that I feel duty-bound to follow as a matter of judicial independence. None of the 7 other justices have, when they were nominees, have talked about that, nor about Heller, nor about Citizens United, nor about Lopez versus United States. Thurgood Marshall, about Miranda, Justice Brennan asked about this.
Respectfully, Judge, as it relates to this hearing, you're not answering that question, and we can move on. Can you think of any laws that give government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm happy to answer a more specific question. But
male versus female.
There are medical procedures.
Okay. That the government has the power to make a decision about a man's body.
I thought you were asking about medical procedures that are unique to men.
I'll repeat the question. Can you think of any laws that give the government the power to make decisions about the body?
I'm not thinking of any right now, Senator.
All right, Don. I'll let you react to that in real time.
Well, first of all, Senator Harris is an amazing champion, and I think she pointed out, of course, the hypocrisy of this situation, and also made clear that just like Kavanaugh would not say when Senator Feinstein asked him, would not even say that control of a woman's reproductive health is essential to women's equality and full participation.
Right.
Could not name one thing that the government regulates in terms of men's bodies, because, of course, they don't regulate men's bodies. They regulate women's bodies. And, what I've been heartened by is the more people are seeing, hearing, understanding about his record, both previously and from these hearings, and as he ducks and doesn't answer, the more people are getting totally riled up and making their voices heard. And we certainly need everyone listening to this show this morning to obviously keep your hands on the wheel, but as soon as you can, call the Congress and talk to your senator at 202-224-3121. This is the moment. If they listen to the American people, they will not confirm Brett Kavanaugh.
I should hope not. But just on that line of questioning, a couple of things, if you would. Don Laguens with us, folks, Planned Parenthood, Executive Vice President. I don't get it in 2018 why there's still this coyness around this question, Don. We're all adults. This is settled law. It's Roe. I don't understand why these nominees can't answer a direct question. You either support the settled law or you don't. If you won't answer the question to me, you're saying that you don't support the settled case law.
Right. The problem, of course, and we know this, is that settled law can be overturned if you have a majority of justices on the court, and we know that this seat is the tipping point for the right's long march to try to overturn Roe v. Wade. And we know that Trump said, and I take him at his word, that he was only going to appoint justices who would absolutely immediately work to overturn Roe v. Wade. And Brett Kavanaugh was on that list of 25, approved by the Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society, being touted and supported by anti-abortion groups, anti-Planned Parenthood groups.
Right.
And so we don't, it doesn't take a lot more evidence plus his existing record to know that this is their plan to get their justices on there to overturn what the American people overwhelmingly support in this country, which is access to safe, legal abortion.
And what you've heard from Don, folks, is very clear. Now I've had people debate me on television, Don, say, well, Mark, you don't know that he's going to overturn Roe. We've got to stop doing the rhythm method with these nominees too, Don. Like, we're going to do something and something different is going to come out. We know, as you just articulated, what Trump is pledged to do. We look at his dodging of the question. We know what he did in the case with the teenager. So to me, it's ridiculous to speculate as to what he might do. I think we know what he's going to do.
I think it's very clear that they have his record is clear. His writings are clear. Just last year, he gave a major speech where he praised former Chief Justice Rehnquist and the dissent, one of only two justices who dissented on Roe, made clear that his position was in line with Rehnquist's position, said these rights don't exist if they weren't put in there by, somebody 225 years ago.
Yeah.
If they didn't call it out, it doesn't exist. And so this is not just abortion. It is importantly abortion, contraception, gay marriage, all of the things that have been decided on privacy rights that we know people count on in this country and want to stay in place.
Indeed. Do you see a chance that we could beat this?
Absolutely. I remember when they said that within 1 month of Trump being in office, they would defund Planned Parenthood and they would take down the ACA, and we all stood up and said, absolutely not. These are critically important to our, country and to us as individuals, and we made our voices heard. And of course, we had some brave senators who stood up for their beliefs and not for a party or politics. And so, I know that Senators Collins and Murkowski have stood with women before, and we are certainly counting on them to see through the charade of these hearings, look at his actual record, and continue to stand with the women of Maine and Alaska and America.
Have you all, and I don't know whether this is appropriate now, I'm just asking, Don Laguens with us, folks, 11 minutes before the hour, Planned Parenthood. Has Planned Parenthood reached out to Murkowski and Collins, and for that matter, Manchin, Heitkamp, and McCaskill?
Well, supporters of Planned Parenthood and women in Maine and Alaska and North Dakota and all of these states, I think, are making their voices heard very loudly to these senators. And, of course, we encourage all senators to not, again, be fooled by a bunch of legalese and ducking and weaving, but to look at the actual record and to look at the history of other justices who said the same words, and then, again, once they were on the court, Alito, Roberts, Scalia, turned right around and did exactly what they said they wouldn't do, which is undermine and undo precedent. Yeah. And that is absolutely within the purview of the court. We've seen it in the writings even of Brett Kavanaugh, that he believes that it's only precedent until it's not. And so we have to be very concerned. We have to speak out, and we have to stop his nomination. And the way to do that is for people to use their voice, to call their senator, to make sure that people know that they're part of the 71% of people in America who want Roe to stay in place and abortion to be safe and legal and contraception to be available to everyone who wants it and needs it.
Where can people go on the website to get instruction and help and guidance in contacting their senators, Don?
Yes, well, one immediate thing they can do is they can text SCOTUS, SCOTUS, to 22422, and we will immediately help them get in touch with their senator. We will immediately send them information on what's happening with the hearing, or again, they can call directly to the Senate hotline, 202-224-3121, to make their voices heard that Brett Kavanaugh is a threat to Roe and to the ACA and all of the things that we count on in order to live the lives that we want and to have our rights protected, and they need to hear from you now.
Text SCOTUS, folks, to 22242.
22422.
Oh, I'm sorry, 22422. All right, 22422. Folks, put that in our thread if you don't mind, Andrew. 22422. Text SCOTUS, folks, so you can get involved and be as helpful as possible. We got to stop this. We have got to stop this, ladies and gentlemen. 22422. Text SCOTUS. Don, always good to talk to you. I remain in solidarity with you and all of your work and everyone at Planned Parenthood. Let's keep fighting, okay?
We will. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Talk soon. Don Laguens, Executive Vice President of Planned Parenthood. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday morning, your college team is preparing for another football game while you're preparing for another letdown because your TV provider doesn't provide your team's game. Dish has heard your need for more college football. Did you know with Dish you can get every major Division I football game no matter where you live? That includes games from the Big Ten, Pac-12, SEC, and Longhorn networks. Dish listens is how they stay tuned in to you. Programming, features, and functionality subject to change requires America's Top 120 Plus and Multisport Package. Multisport Package includes with packages starting at $69.99 and no additional cost through January 2nd, 2019. To learn more, 1-844-CALL DISH. Visit dish.com or find a local retailer near you. Quick break. We'll come right back. Not a lot of time left. We'll do our best to get calls in if we can. Don't go away. SiriusXM Progress 127, Resistance Radio. Get woke and vote. Kavanaugh, get ready for impeachment. This is MIP. everybody on hold on the phone. We don't have a lot of time left. I need you to, we're going to do a quick rapid round on the phone for those on hold. Hello, everybody on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Everybody on hold, though. Valerie, Marlene, Sandy, and Ben. One sentence. Everybody, one sentence. Hit it and quit it. So go ahead now. Start composing that sentence in your brain. Hit it hard. One quick, hard-hitting sentence. Make it strong. Don't be long, but be strong. Okay? One quick sentence. Can y'all do that for me, everybody on hold? Okay, stand by. We're going to come back from break in a moment. Hope everybody's having a good day. We got to stop this. 22422? Do I have right? Everybody looking at this and watching us, because we're on commercial break from radio right now, 22422. Text SCOTUS to that number, 22422. Please, ma'am. Please, sir. All right, if you would, please. And we'll be good with that. Yeah, but that's what we got to do. Let me see here. We won't have much time left at all, will we? Yeah, we won't even. We may not even have. I'm positive we may not even have time to take calls. But we'll do our best. 22422, folks. Text SCOTUS to that number, please. Stand by.
10 seconds.
All right, one sentence, folks. Ladies, Valerie in Atlanta. God bless you. Good morning. Go.
Good morning. Perdue stated in a PBS interview that he's there to pass the president's agenda, and that's why he would vote to confirm Kavanaugh.
Ben, quickly, one sentence.
Yes, Trump reacted to the op-ed by saying, turn him into the government. And that was exactly what the op-ed was talking about. He's dangerous.
Marlene, one sentence. God bless you. Quickly.
Yes, the government pays for men's Viagra, Cialis, and penis pumps, but not women.
Yeah, but Marlene, I think the question she was asking is that there are no government decisions that impact men's bodies. No court rulings and like that, quite like Roe. That's the difference. Sandy, North Carolina, go. One question. One sentence real quick. God bless you.
Dialogue is good, but black and brown people have never been listened to until they impact the economic bottom line. So we should do like Big Gregory and boycott Black Sunday.
Boycott who?
Black Friday. Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, folks. Hope everybody has a good day. Text SCOTUS to 22422. All right? If all minds are clear, it has been made plain.